Just start singing.
Hey everybody, welcome to this next episode of Xmas Your Enthusiasm. This is our 6th episode, and this week, whatever, we're going to be going over the episode The TiVo Guy from Season 6, Episode 7, and it premiered October 21st, 2007. So, once again, real quick, this is not a review of the show, of that episode. I'm just merely going through each of Larry's transgressions, a word I fucking hate, big and small, and seeing sometimes Larry wins, sometimes he loses, and I'm keeping a running score of Larry's win-loss record as we go along. So far, after 5 episodes, his win-loss record is 20-21. Which is pretty surprising, I think, because everybody thinks, oh, he's an asshole, but, it's pretty much playing 500 ball here. Before we get started, let me just say, I can't remember if I mentioned it before, but I have to put the new Wegmans cheeseburger sub. Now, they call it a cheeseburger sub, but that's bullshit, because that makes you think, oh, it's just a hamburger shaped like a sub, but it's not. It's their meatballs, which are fantastic, especially without their sauce, sliced as if you'd put them on a pizza. And it is this sandwich might be in my pantheon of greatest sandwiches of my life. The only problem is, apparently, it's a limited time only thing through June. So get your asses to Wegman. Let me run you through my order, how I customize it. I likes to go, first of all, stay with the sesame, toasted protein and the cheese. Then I'm going to go, I get extra lettuce, regular tomato, I get mayonnaise, and then I don't care for Thousand Island dressing. Normally I would cancel it in favor of my beloved mayonnaise, but in this case I feel like keeping it on there, it's part of the integrity of the original sandwich. So I just have that light. So I still get the taste of it, but it's not overwhelming, and it's fantastic. Double the meat. You can do double the cheese. I've kind of found there's no real difference. Also, you can do mozzarella, or as I would say, mutz, or American, or as I would say, American. This is the greatest sandwich you're ever going to have. Hurry up, get your asses to Wegmans. Do what you need to do. Let's get this sandwich off the limited time only menu and on the full-time menu. Anyway, back to this week's episode of Xmas Your Enthusiasm, the TiVo Guy. Let me say, I don't know about you guys, but when TiVos first came out, something about TiVo, I've never seen motherfuckers just so desperate to evangelize for anything in my life like I did TiVo. Anybody who had a TiVo, it was like they're all evangelists for TiVo. I don't know if they were all getting a fucking commission or what. They all just would light up and just tell you why your life was just a dark husk of nothingness without TiVo, and you need to get TiVo. It's going to change your life. Everybody turned into Don Draper, just expert pitchmen. I don't know. They're like these motherfuckers who think if they get you to try some type of food that, as if you've never tried it before. They just don't believe you when you say you don't like something. Oh, they think if they get you to try fucking mushrooms, that there'll be a fucking ticker tape parade for them at Canyon of Heroes tomorrow. It's the same thing with these TiVo motherfuckers. I don't know what it was about TiVo. I didn't see it before, and I really haven't seen it since. I don't know what it was, but these TiVo motherfuckers, I never did get a TiVo. Anyway. So yeah, the first transgression in the episode is Larry against the TiVo Guy, who for some reason is desperate to spoil whatever episode of Lost Larry has TiVo'd, and Larry's upset because the guy's spoiling the episode. First of all, why does Larry keep bringing up Lost? Didn't he bring it up in an episode we've already done? So this is what, twice in 6 episodes? And if I remember correctly, he also brings up Charlie Party of Five, Charlie's cancer. So is Larry David just in love with Matthew Fox? Is that what this is? Who Matthew Fox, who did guest star in an episode of Wings, which you people need to be watching. That was Wings. Anyway, why would this TiVo guy? He just blazes through. Larry is up front. He's like, "Hey, don't spoil this for me. Don't tell me what happened." Which I think was in the pilot episode of Seinfeld. Jerry had taped the Mets game and would answer the phone. If you know what happened in the Mets game, don't tell me what happened. Anyway, I don't think this was intentional or anything. Now I've lost my fucking train of thought. Oh, this guy, for some reason, just barrels right through Larry a couple times. Like, why are you so desperate? Are you like a hitman for spoilers? Like, you just had to do your thing and now you're going to run off? Spoiler hitman, is that a thing? Seems like something curb worthy, if I say so myself, which I just did. So I got to give Larry the win with this one. This TiVo guy, I don't know why he is so desperate to give away Lost, but Larry needs to quit watching Lost or whatever. Anyway, so next transgression. Of course, the big main thing that happens in the episode is Cheryl's in an airplane in first class, of course. Plane's going down. She thinks this might be it for her, so she calls Larry to say her goodbyes. I love you. But Larry's so preoccupied with the TiVo guy that he blows her off and is like, hey, I'll call you back or whatever. Of course, this pisses her off. And so she just walks into Larry's into the house from the airport and just announces, okay, that's it. She wants a divorce. And it's like, how fast was that? Like, as much as we all spent every episode rolling our eyes at Larry, and there's a lot of like, poor Cheryl, she has to put up with this nonsense. There really was no tension throughout. Like, are they going to stay together? Aren't they going to stay together? There was no real build-up that anything real would happen. And then all of a sudden, blammo. One quick talk, and then that's it. And, like, if I remember, this was the quickest divorce ever. But, like, there was just no build-up. Like, come on. But, you know, it's tough to win the you hung up on me, basically, when my plane was going down argument. So I got to give that win to Cheryl. So Larry's 1-1 in this episode. I'm just trying. I mentioned the Seinfeld thing. There's another. When she's telling she wants a divorce, and one of the things she mentions is that he likes to talk during sex, and he's like, dirty talk, and she's like, no, just chit chat. That's an exact thing from Seinfeld. The episode when they're doing the pilot, and the actress playing Elaine is like, what's Elaine like? And Jerry tells her that she likes to have chit chat during sex. I wonder if that should be a thing throughout this that I note. Whenever Larry, I don't want to say steals or copies. I mean, it was him steal, but I'll just, for sake of copy something from Seinfeld, which, if I'm right, I found he did more in the later seasons, but I could be wrong. Maybe that's something I'll look for going forward. I mean, what more can I do for you people? I mean, for fuck's sake. All right, next transgression. Susie, Larry gets upset because when he comes to their house, they're having a dinner party, by the way, and he says, oh, Cheryl left me, and Susie gives him a plate of food, and he's upset because there's a small plate. First of all, what does Larry care? You're here to announce that your wife left you, and you're worried there's not enough food on the plate. Like, you can eat? Plus, you're kind of famous for not even really caring about eating, but now you're upset that the portion you were given while you're supposed to be heartbroken isn't big enough. Larry's wrong about that. Shut the fuck up, Larry. There's a plate of food shows up. But this whole thing, wasn't this a weird blown opportunity? Like, were the Davids not invited to the funk houses? Were there, the Greens, the whole gang or whatever? Why were the Davids not invited? Why would Larry walk in and not be like, I don't know why didn't for the show? Why didn't they have Cheryl sitting there, and then Larry can be have a big scene about why she was invited, yada yada, or why will Larry get to say why we not invited? I feel like it was a missed opportunity. I don't know. Larry David's smarter than me, but could have been a big thing. Anyway, so now Larry's down 1-2 in this episode. But let's give a big hello. This is the first time of this series, I think, we've seen Funkhauser, one of my all-time favorites. Of course, everything he says is hilarious. So, next transgression. While all this is going on at this dinner party, when Larry's bitching about the plate, the phone rings. He lights up. Oh, my God, it might be Cheryl looking for me. Susie won't let him answer the phone because they don't answer the phone during dinner. Okay, Susie, you're not wrong, but this, and of course it's not Cheryl. Just let him pick up the phone. He's obviously upset. Yada yada yada. Just let Larry answer the phone, Susie. And we know this phone. We know the phone policies will come up. I respect that. In this one case, let Larry have it. So I'll let Larry win that. So now it's 2-2 in this episode. So now we have Larry. He's calling the Primo's receptionist to cancel his dinner plans, and she asks him why, and he says his wife left him. Cheryl left him, and then he gets in a fight because she doesn't believe him. Like, she's like, okay, fine, if you don't want to tell me why you're canceling, whatever. And it's like, really? Is that this? You're the hostess at a restaurant in L.A. or Hollywood, whatever, and this is the strangest thing you've ever run into? A guy saying he's canceling because his wife left him? Like, it's probably the 8th weirdest thing someone said to you that day. And also, what the fuck do you care? You're not getting any fucking. It's not your fucking restaurant. Jesus fucking Christ! You're actually costing the restaurant money by holding the phone instead of getting that fucking reservation replaced. So Larry wins that 3-2. Come on, lady. Also, maybe have a little empathy. Maybe he's not lying like you think he is. Maybe have a little empathy if his wife just fucking left him. I'm getting worked up. Next up, we have this whole thing, this weird thing where all of a sudden this character shows up, Simon or whatever, and now Larry's upset because apparently a month ago he lent this guy $10,000. Now, some guy we've never heard of before, but he's close enough to Larry to ask for $10,000. Larry finds out he's spending it on a party. Now, it's weird they have this because I believe it's only a season earlier that, a couple seasons later, when Larry gets upset when the rabbi, takes the money Larry thought he was going to use to fix his car and uses it for his daughter's tits, her fake tits, whatever. So it's weird he reuses this whole thing where he lends money and gets money and they use it for something different. Anyway, and also, I mean, I gotta give Larry the win because, well, at least he is generous. I mean, the whole thing's preposterous, but at least he's generous. But who the fuck is in Larry's close social circle, that's close enough to him that needs $10,000? Like, and then this guy's throwing a party. He has money. Well, I don't understand that whole thing. It's not like the episode with the Lou Grant with his son who was working behind a deli when he asked Larry for money. But anyway, then we have another run-in with Larry against the receptionist. He just brings it up. It's like, come on, now you just sound like a lunatic. And also, is it so weird to eat alone in a restaurant if you were to? I mean, I know it's not great, but, it's not unheard of. I don't think you're going to be, assassinated. But he just sounds like a lunatic, so he's 4-3 in this episode so far. Now we have a special transgression. It's the famous Larry against the guy on a cell phone. Larry sitting at the restaurant. This guy's on a cell phone, blathering away loudly. Larry gets pissed off, and he just starts talking out loud to nobody. I mean, it's a total dick move, but this is one of what we would consider some sort of golden curb moments in which Larry acts like we all wish we would act in in a moment like that, but we never would because it's embarrassing in public, and we, as George/Larry would say, we are living in a society. But it feels like this should be a special thing going forward when it's a special moment, this golden ticket almost, Xmas your enthusiasm moment, where Larry does do something ridiculous, but he does stand for all of us in that moment. So I give Larry the win for that. Larry's up 5-3 in this episode. And now we have Funkhauser breezing in and just announcing, oh, by the way, the Funkhausers have decided they're siding with Cheryl. So how did this fucking happen? After his big speech at the dinner earlier, now he's giving a farewell to the troops? Did they cut a scene or something? Like there was no... Were we supposed to be sitting around waiting for the Funkhauser ruling? He gave that big speech at the dinner table about choosing Larry. And also, I'm sorry, who's choosing Cheryl over... I mean, she sucks. She's boring. Whatever you want to say about Larry, at least he is interesting and fun and funny. Come on, Cheryl sucks. Larry's up 6-3 now. So now we have a ridiculous thing where now Cheryl thinks it's okay for Larry to meet her boyfriend. So Cheryl, 72 hours after this divorce, is already dating? And she's dating seriously enough that she feels compelled, he has to meet the ex-husband because it's been 72 hours? I mean, Cheryl's turning out to be this episode's best example of what I think is becoming the mantra of this podcast. The idea, sometimes it just helps to have a bigger asshole in the room. And Cheryl's really becoming that asshole here. And I mean, the idea that she's already dating someone and the idea that someone could side with her, like, how does that happen? Like, I don't know. She's boring as fuck. And boom, she's already dating. And people are like, you know what? We're choosing Cheryl. That makes no sense. Larry wins this bullshit. He is perfectly delightful and funny and nice with this guy. Cheryl just sucks. Side note now, 22 minutes in. I checked it. 22 minutes into an episode, first sign of the blacks. Are you fucking kidding me? Aunt Ray's fucking hilarious. Vivica A. Fox is Vivica A. Fox. And Leon is maybe the greatest part of the entire series. But no, let's not fucking have them on screen for 22 fucking minutes. Are you out of your fucking mind? Let's have Ron Jeremy come in, but let's not do any fucking for like the first hour. Who the fuck? Is this the Jaws episode? Let's not bring in the best character. Let's not bring in the shark. Fucking ridiculous. Should be able to sue if you go longer than a couple of minutes without Leon at least. This was fucking bullshit. All right, now we got... I was going to tell my Leon calling Larry long ball Larry. I was going to tell my story about high school. I got the flu bad enough that one of my testicles swelled up, and my coach, high school coach, football coach, had said that was musing. He said, when I was coaching college, sometimes that would happen to wide receivers. Their balls would get twisted because, they were so fast. Then he looks at me. He goes, I don't think that's the case here. Anyway, I had to spend an agonizing day thinking my ball was going to explode in 11th grade. Anyway, that's not important here. Next up, we have now Primos is announcing that they're siding with Cheryl. Again, how does this happen? She's the most boring church mouse character ever on TV that sucks. And yet she's made such an impression on this restaurant that they're choosing her over, let's see, checks notes. I'm rechecking my notes. Over the guy who created Seinfeld? Really? Jesus. Everybody else in this episode is a fucking asshole. The idea that some restaurant knows who the fuck Cheryl is or gives a shit, or again, would choose her over this celebrity in LA is ridiculous. That might be the dumbest thing this fucking episode. Although the reason that may be is because we haven't seen much of Jeff. So anyway, now these up 8-3 this episode. Woo! All right, now Larry's on this date with Xena, the Princess Warrior, Lucy Lawless. Shit, I'm sorry. Is it? Yeah, Lucy Lawless. First of all, again, what is up with Larry in a shitty TV? What, he lost Xena, Maury Povich. how much shitty TV does Larry watch? I'm surprised he watches such shitty TV. Anyway, they're on the date. They can't go to Primo's because Primo's has chosen Cheryl because that's on planet fucking Earth. Sorry, that's Larry David. Yeah, I don't think so, Larry. Yeah, maybe later. Anyway, so in the earlier scene, anyway. The reason I was talking about my long balls is because Larry slipped or something and hurt one of his balls and had to go to the hospital, and the guy's like, you do have long balls. Anyway, so now he feels like after getting kicked out of Primo's, Zena's telling him, hey, we can go back to my place, and he's like, I should let you know that because of my balls I can't have sex. She tells him to fuck off. I mean, Larry, why bring up such a thing? It just makes her feel shitty. Why would you make her feel like, oh, I'm going to assume you're just a slut who gives it off on the first fucking date? Not cool, Larry. Not cool. I know he thinks he didn't mean it that way, but again, fuck that. Larry 8-4. And then the last thing, again, Larry with this ridiculous guys throwing a party with his money thing. I still don't know how that got shoehorned in there. He's trying to talk his way or force his way past the doorman of this party. I mean, why the fuck does Larry even care? Larry hates people. He hates parties. He hates people at parties. He hates parties with people. Why is he acting like a shithead to get into this one? He's going to enjoy it because he paid for it? No, it's going to be even more miserable. We're going to double up on that because it's kind of the exact same reason he got in a fight with Richard Lewis. So he finishes up the episode 8 and 6. Not too shabby. Note, I kind of noted it earlier, no dipshit Jeff of du jour this episode. Yeah, he mostly kept his mouth shut, so good for him, I guess. So with 8 and 6, now Larry goes over 500 for the season with 4 episodes left. I'm doing 10 episodes this first season. He is up 28 wins, 27 losses. Not too bad, Larry. So thanks everybody for listening, and we'll see you next time.